It's going to be really the worst day ever. There's going to be tornadoes, volcanoes, mudslides, all kinds of horrible things are going to happen today. So don't go out in your area because it's going to really be bad, I'm telling you. Just stay wherever you are as long as you're indoors and protected from the environment.
Stop projector discuss film.
Wow! The land of make-believe!
It's over. Future is
Waited in line to see a movie or paid at the box office and went at the time I was in my early teens or about 11 or 12 years old and then into my teenage, went with groups of friends to go see certain films. If we saw the logo of Hammer Films, we knew that it was a very special picture. We knew it was a certain kind of film. A surprising experience, usually.
Lights, camera, blood-curdling terror. I'm Sparkle Plenty. Welcome to Hammer Films, the legendary British studio that's brought you some of the most iconic horror movies of all time. From the lush Gothic landscapes of Dracula's Transylvania to the eerie, atmospheric corridors of Karnstein Manor, Hammer Films has been thrilling audiences for decades with its unique blend of style, suspense, and supernatural terror. Tonight we're shining the spotlight on the studio's most enduring icons, the talented actors, and the masterminds behind the macabre magic that has captivated horror fans around the world. With a legacy spanning over 6 decades, Hammer Films has been the breeding ground for some of horror's most beloved stars, including Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, and Ingrid Pitt. Their unforgettable performances in classics like The Curse of Frankenstein, Dracula, and The Devil Rides Out have become synonymous with the genre. But it's not just the actors who have made Hammer Films a household name. The studio's innovative use of color, lighting, and atmospheric tension has influenced generations of filmmakers, from Martin Scorsese to Guillermo del Toro. Oh, my boyfriend just loves Blade 2. From the lush Technicolor landscapes of The Plague of the Zombies to the claustrophobic terror of The Reptile, Hammer Films productions have always been marked by a sense of grandeur, elegance, and, of course, blood-curdling horror. Tonight, Jeff will help us take a closer look at the people, the films, and the secrets behind the studio's enduring success. We'll explore the making of some of their most iconic movies and examine the impact they've had on popular culture. So join us as we step into the shadows and uncover the magic of Hammer Films. Well now, doesn't this sound exciting? I'm happier than old Blue laying on the porch chewing on a big old catfish head. I'm Sparkle Plenty. Back to you, Jeff and Glenn in the SPDF bunker.
Well, thank you, Sparkle, with that great intro about Hammer Films. Welcome to Stop Projector Discuss Film in the Spotlight.
Hammer Films. Oh, I've been looking forward to this for so long. Hammer was one of my all-time favorite things as a child and as an adult. It hasn't lessened the older I've gotten. In fact, it's increased because I've understood some of the nuances and more adult things that were going on around the edges that I didn't pick up on as a wee tot. The little tater tot from Idaho. Are you familiar with Hammer, Glenn, at all?
I wasn't until you told me about Christina with the yucky cheek.
Crammed them down your throat, huh?
Until you I didn't even really know the name. The horror movies I remember, I'm trying to think, I don't think they were Hammer. I think they were just the typical Bela Lugosi, that kind of stuff,
Uh-huh. Yeah, the American stuff. This sounds terrible, I was never a big fan of the old like Universal. I mean, I liked them, but I never thought they were scary in the slightest. I loved King Kong. Don't get me wrong. King Kong was my favorite, and The Mummy and the Wolfman. And Frankenstein always, it made me sad. You know, I always felt sorry for Frankenstein. But, you know, and Dracula was, you know, he just sounded like somebody's old Jewish grandpa to me, you know, blah, 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 you know, and of course, you know, by the time I was around, like they were like those Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Yeah, I remember watching
kind
those.
of stuff. So those were like funny and scary at the same time. And I liked them. Believe me, I mean, I did. I liked horror movies, but I wanted to see the more grown-up ones.
Well, I was watching. I thought those was like the Munsters and the Addams Family.
Oh yeah,
that was like that was my bread and butter.
Oh yeah, and Night Gallery.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and like yeah, Twilight Zone, but they quit showing the reruns of Twilight Zone pretty early on for a while in Idaho, and replaced it with Night Gallery, and you know, same Rod Serling and stuff. So, but then they started making these great made-for-TV horror movies when I was a kid. It's really scary stuff. You know, everybody knows the Zuni fetish doll one, a Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Little doll like with its spear and scary as hell.
And that I'm gonna meet my fella.
And then Kim Darby from the original True Grit, she was in one called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Yeah, and then there was Gargoyles, and Steven Spielberg did one called Something Evil that had little Johnny Whitaker, star of Family Affair and Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, and Sandy Dennis played his mom. Anyways, I digress. But the granddaddy of them all, the ones that we love the best, or I did anyways, was the Hammer movies, because there was heaving cleavage, blood, red blood. And although, you know, when I first started watching them on TV, on the CBS late night movie, thank you CBS, by the way, I owe a debt of gratitude to you for warping my tender young mind. We just had a black and white TV, so the blood was still black and white unless I was lucky enough to go to the movies and see one, like a current one. But the thing about that is by the time that I was getting old enough to go to the movies to see them, they had already started making R-rated ones. Hammer, all of a sudden, it wasn't just heaving cleavage anymore. There was nipples a popping and you know.
But when you started, it was a CBS late night movie?
Yeah. It certainly was. God bless the CBS late night movie. And that meant that I didn't watch Johnny Carson that night.
Sis boom ba. Sis boom ba. Describe the sound made when a sheep explodes.